How much did you learn? Because I can watch a match and I can know what's going on, and I can talk about it and I can see it and I can feel it when I'm playing. But the thing I struggle with if people come in for a couple, 3 days is the amount of things I want to say. How much is too much? When do you say it? That's the piece of coaching that I think separates the great coaches like yourself and others against people that just really know the game. But like, talk about the when and the how of delivering information and how important that is to coaching.
So the first 6 weeks that I spent with Andre, I remember he played you in one of those tournaments as well in San Jose. So I just started in 2002. We did a trial for 6 weeks. I didn't tell him anything for 6 weeks. Basically, I just asked him questions. I got to know him. I tried to get a feel for how he saw the game. I have a great story about you, actually. So clearly he brought me in to give a bit of insight also about Leighton Hewitt. So Leighton was number one at the world at that point, and he figured that if he was ever going to win a major again, that he would have to go through Hewitt at some stage. So he was fascinated with Leighton and the way he played. So he wanted to see tennis through his eyes. So we spent a lot of time talking about Leighton, of course, but I have a story about you because I think he played you in San Jose in the quarterfinals.
A beating. He beat me.
We talk about his first two opponents. We do a bit of a game plan and talk about their strengths and weaknesses, and we wouldn't go too deep. And then on the car ride from Tiburon to San Jose, it was a long car ride. I brought up the conversation about you, and I said, "All right, we've got Andy Roddick now. Let's talk about Andy's game." He said, "It's okay. I got this one covered." And I said, "Really? There's a lot to know about Andy. You know, you played him. I'm not sure if you'd lost to him or you'd beaten him at that point or whatever." He goes, no. So here's what's going to happen. Andy's going to hit me this cheesy little serve out wide first point of the match because he wants to be able to hit that one and get away with it. And I'm going to step over there and I'm going to thump this forehand a million miles an hour and scare the life out of him so he never hits that again throughout the entire match. And I want him hitting it down the middle of the court to my backhand because I don't want to have to be broken open in the court. So he's going to then go down the middle on the juice court every single time because he's going to be scared of that cheesy wide serve. And then I'm going to get in the point and hopefully find his backhand, open the forehand out a little bit, and then every now and then smack into his backhand and even sneak into the net a little bit. But no, I got this one covered. So no, we're good. And so I think, what was it, like 4-3? I think it was.
No,
pretty easy.
Darren, you don't know how much credit you're giving me with that score line. It was 3-1, and I don't think it was that close. It was.
Yeah, he played well.
Everything that you said happened for like for an hour and 12 minutes. That's exactly what was happening.
He said it. He said it all. He knew exactly, and this is how great and how deep his mind is. He knew exactly how that match was going to play out. So you asked the question about how much coaching goes into the first period, and that's why it's difficult for coaches that come in for a couple of days. And the players pick the brains of coaches for a couple of days because for the first 6 weeks, I barely said anything to him about his game. It was about getting to know him. And once you get to know him and you form that trust and he asks you questions and you can give answers where hopefully they're deep and meaningful and well-educated, then he becomes more confident in the information you're giving him. And then you can start to work on the plan about becoming a better tennis player. So yes, it's difficult. If you're a consultant coach that's coming in for a week here and a week there, I struggle with that because it's tough, because the player needs time to be able to take your information, then go away and work on it, and they're never going to believe it until they feel it. And sometimes feeling something on a tennis court can take days or weeks. So my advice for a lot of the consultant coaches is less is best. Pick 2 or 3 things that you think is really important to that player becoming better, and then give them that information and then follow up with how things are going, what little tweaks might be able to be made. I speak to Andre about this all the time because his mind goes at 1,000 miles as well. And he will help anyone that picks up the phone. If you're a tennis player and you want to come to Las Vegas and hit some balls with him, he will pick up the phone and tell you to come. It's been hundreds of tennis players, male and female, that have come through Las Vegas that he's practiced with. But he will also give a lot of information to the player. And sometimes it's a little bit difficult for that player to absorb a lot of that information. And so I tell him all the time, mate, just pick 2 things that you think are really crucial to that player and break it down for them. And when he does that, He is brilliant.
That has brilliant. That's like telling JW not to get a jelly donut at a buffet. Like there's no chance that Andre could only say two things, right? Darren, just sitting here listening, and are you going to stop? You're really going to stop this?
It's a long year. We'll see. He's such a good young man. I'm going to be 60 this year. Sometimes you know in your gut when the time has come. We had this conversation at the end of last year, and he wasn't supposed to release it, so he made a mistake at the Australian Open, and he walked into the locker room after saying it. Yeah.
Wait. So he said something, and then that was how
that's how it got out. So he went into the press conference, I think, after his first or second round at the Australian Open, and apparently he said, this is going to be Darren's last year coaching. And then he comes running into the locker room going, I just made a big mistake. I'm so sorry. Don't worry about it. It's okay. So it got out by accident. But the plan was, this is going to be my last year. Nothing's really changed at the moment, but it is a long year. I'm having so much fun working with him. You never know. But also my role, I'm not the main coach. Simone is the main coach. My role is, whilst we communicate with everything that's happening, we do all the game planning, the technical stuff, the emotional stuff, I probably take care of a little bit more, like this period after the French Open. That's why I'm here in LA, is maybe more important for me to be around. Simone's not here. There's a certain period of time where I feel like he knows the messaging that's going to come from me. He's picked my brain enough. He's always of the opinion that he's searching for better ways and different ways to get better. So having a new voice, new set of eyes coming in is not a bad thing for him. So whether or not that happens remains to be seen. But it's still the plan at the moment, but it is a long year. And again, I can't stress how much I'm enjoying working with him.
I don't know, man. Like hearing the way that you talk about coaching and hearing the way that you talk about players, I don't know. I think I might throw it into Vegas and call bullshit. Like I think that you have too much to give. I will. There's no response to that, but just let's clip this if I actually end up being right. But Darren, I'll say something that you would never say about yourself, because that's just not the way you operate. I will die on the hill that you should be in the Hall of Fame for what you've accomplished for coaching. And I hope that happens for you. I would put my full weight behind that any day of the week. I think you've navigated really kind of difficult circumstances with a lot of class. You have a great reputation inside of tennis. It's not just presenting here on a podcast where he sounds good. He's consistent, at least the couple of decades that I've known him. We appreciate you coming on. What a performance in Roland Garros. I hope that Jannik, it sounds like he does, has some perspective about what they did. It was just fantastic. And all the luck with the new chess match on grass these next couple of weeks.
Thank you, guys. Always a pleasure. Love your podcast. And thank you for having me on. And thanks for your kind words as well. I really appreciate it.
Cheers, Killer. Thank you.
Beauty, guys.